Hey everyone, Scottish Warrior 92 here. Sorry about that, I was just starting my timer. Unfortunately my camera, I just found it has a limiter on it, so this video will probably be in multiple parts. Firstly, my apologies for not having any videos up on this channel for the past 3 days. I've been trying to get my Portal 2 Let's Play done, and unfortunately I haven't had a lot of sleep in the past couple of days. Unfortunately this freaking trouble with me sleeping is starting to completely drain my energy, so I do apologise for that. If you haven't seen already, you can go and check out my Portal 2 playthrough. You can go and check it out either on here on my YouTube gaming channel, TRTT Inc. I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description, because for some strange reason annotations don't seem to work. Also, if you want to watch it on YouTube, you can go and watch it on Blip TV. I've started uploading videos on there just for testing the site out. I'm not moving to Blip, I'm staying here. It's just mainly my gameplay footage that I'm putting up there to test it out for a wee bit. So just get into it if you want to go and check it out. So let's get to the topic of this video, which is the latest news about Dragon Age 3. Now, if you haven't heard already, there's a quote that Dr. Rafe, that is one of the co-founders of BioWare, says that have got people a wee bit worried. I've actually got the quote here. I'm not going to read the whole quote, I'm just going to quickly paraphrase it. The next Dragon Age is going to have the best from all Dragon Age games. But it's also going to have a lot of things that I think the player are going to love. We are checking out Skyrim aggressively. We like it. We are great admirers of Bethesda, and they are great admirers of Bethesda. Blah blah blah. We are thinking about having it in a bit of a more open world. It's not exactly what the quote says, but it's quite a paraphrase. Firstly, please everyone calm down about the uproar. I know there's a lot of people that are really worried about this. Firstly, what he's basically said in the quote is that they're thinking about maybe opening the Dragon Age world up a little bit more. That's what I can take from it. I don't think that they're going to go the way of Skyrim and Dragon Age 3. Dragon Age 3 is an open world game I personally don't think would work. This is just my personal opinion. I know I've had people debate me. It's that they own their company, they can do what they want. I'm all for that. They can do what they want. They can change the whole formula if they want. But what I like about BioWare mostly is their story-based telling, their story-based gameplay. I don't play BioWare games for the graphics. I don't play it for the I don't play it for the I don't play it for the technical marvel or how beautiful the game is. The games are beautiful. They are stunning, the graphics wise. But if you look at their earlier games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age Origins, graphically wise, they weren't the best. They were acceptable, but they weren't the best. Mass Effect's graphics, I'll admit, were outright awful in some cases. But what BioWare are great at is their story. If they weren't in games, I think they would be absolutely brilliant in movies or novels, either or. They've already got comic books, they've got books, novels. So let me get back to the topic I was talking about. Now, this basically what a lot of people are saying is that BioWare are going to go take Dragon Age 3 into the open world RPG. I personally would not like to see this. This is my honest opinion. I would rather BioWare make Dragon Age 3 a bit more like Dragon Age Origins, but have some aspects from Dragon Age 2. Basically what I'm saying, take the gameplay from Dragon Age 2 and the story and all that from Dragon Age Origins and combine them, and you'll probably have the best Dragon Age game ever. If I'm going to be honest, from what I can take from this quote, in fact I'll actually grab something. I think I've got it. There it is. The Collector's Edition Strategy Guide of Dragon Age 2. I'm not going to read the whole bloody thing, that would take forever. But what I'm taking from the quote is possibly BioWare expanding the area that the player will have in Dragon Age 3. Now this could mean multiple things. It could mean that BioWare are planning on going into the open world RPG. It could mean they could be gone back to the way that it was in Dragon Age Origins. But personally, what I think they could be meaning, if I can find the page, is something more like that. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the map of the Dragon Age. That's the Dragon Age. That's the continents that are in Dragon Age. We've got, well, I'll say the first two that we've been in the Dragon Age games. We've been in Ferelden, which is massive. It's very open. We've explored Ferelden to death. We've explored everywhere from the furthest reaches of Ferelden to Orzammar, which is actually where the borders are between the Ferelden and Orlais. If you can see there, Orzammar is there. It's actually near enough right at the borders of where Orlais is. So Orlais is Liliana's home place. So what I would like to see, from what I can take from the quote and a wee bit of research I've done, I think, but BioWare, I should probably continue where I left off. The Free Marches or Kirkwall. Look, we've only been to a small part of Kirkwall. We've only been to Kirkwall. The Free Marches are still quite massive. We've also got Orlais, Anderfalls, Sirone, I'm probably mispronouncing half of these, Parvalin, Ravane, Antiva, the Winter Emporium, Navarra, and each place sounds completely different from us from what I've read in this. What I think, from the quote and from a lot of research that I've done, I personally think what BioWare are planning on doing is maybe giving us more access to the Dragon Age, the continents in Dragon Age, possibly meaning that instead of playing having one part, like instead of being put into like Ferelden, which Dragon Age Origins is still one of the best games I've ever played, instead of giving you access just to Ferelden, maybe they will give us access to other parts as well. Like maybe you'll be able to go from Ferelden to Orlais, or maybe from Free Marches to Kirk to Ferelden, or to Winter or Ravania or Parvalin, or all these places. And we all know that unlikely we'll be able to see all these places in one game. It's highly unlikely. The game would have to be on for Xbox, of course. It would have to be on multiple discs. It would have to be at least 4 discs probably. For PS3, it would probably at least be on 1, at most on 2. But what I think from the quote that I've read, you can go and check it out if you want. You can just type in Google and you can find it. But what I'm thinking that they could possibly, is that, as I say, is they could be allowing us to get access into further parts of the Dragon Age continents. Maybe they'll take the Act system, like from Dragon Age 2, like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and instead of like just having it in one place, maybe Act 1 will take place in Ferelden, Act 2 will take place in Orlais, Act 3 will take place in the Winter Imperium, Act 4, Act 5, Act 6, maybe they'll think about doing something like that and giving us a bit more open of an area, but not fully an open world RPG. I personally think that, as I say, is that they should probably do something what I've said, like maybe instead of giving us access to one area of the continents, maybe give us 2. I understand not 2 probably would be the limit they could do with the technology that we have currently, but that's just possibly what I think. So it's tough to say. Maybe we'll get to go somewhere where we haven't been yet. Maybe we'll get to go to where the Canary are from. I think it's Parvalin, if memory serves me. If I'm going to be honest, there are 2 places in particular that I really want to see in the Dragon Age universe. I want to see Orlais, just for the sheer fact that it sounds beautiful. It sounds like a lovely place to visit and holiday. I want to go to Orlais. It's just, I've always wanted to see that in the Dragon Age universe. I've seen the clothing, I've seen the accent. The accent, especially Liliana's, is just wow. They're basically French. I would love to go to Orlais in the next Dragon Age game, if I'm going to be honest. But another place I'd love to see is possibly either Parvalin, I think that's the Canary homeland. I would love to visit that, or possibly the Winter Imperium. Those are the 3 main ones that I would love to see, but I'd also love to see Antiva and Ravania. I'd love to see all of Dragon Age universe and all the countries, and that may be possible in future Dragon Age games, or even in Dragon Age movies, comic books, novels, whatever. But for the next game, a lot of people are worried that BioWare are going to go into the open world RPG, and I don't think that's the case. I personally think BioWare should stick to what they are known for. I understand we're maybe opening up the area a little bit, maybe giving us further access, because let's face it, Dragon Age Origins was massive. It had a massive amount of content and a massive scale. There were cities, there were forests. I loved it. I fucking loved that. Is BioWare. That is Dragon Age for me. a massive continent with different parts of you can access. You go to the capital, you can go to the dwarven parts, the elf parts, the mage part, and then you just inside each part has different segments, and that's what I've loved about Dragon Age. If I'm going to be honest, I prefer those type of RPGs over open world RPGs. For the main reason is, open world RPGs, I love them as I do love open world RPGs. Skyrim, for example, I love Skyrim. It's an amazing game. But at the same time, if I'm going to be honest, some of the main story of Skyrim is dull. It's not as good as I think it could have been. It's still quite interesting. It's, don't get me wrong, for an open world RPG, it's a very interesting story. There are more interesting stories out there, but at the same time, you can really say the same about BioWare. The main story is the meat of it, and the characters are amazing and all that, but some of the side ones are a wee bit dull. I know it's really just me giving my opinion on it, but all I can say is don't panic until they actually announce that we're going to be the open world. I think it would be a major problem if BioWare were to do that, but that's just my opinion. I personally would rather BioWare maybe expand on it instead of giving us access to just sorry, just to check my time. Okay, I think it's expired, so season part 2.